What is up, guys? Delboy here. So Daniel Dubois' next opponent has been announced for December the 15th. He is going to be fighting former WBO heavyweight title challenger Razvan Cojanu. As we know, Razvan Cojanu is a Romanian heavyweight based out of New Zealand. I think this is a decent fight for Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a young heavyweight prospect. He is only 21 years old and he has had 9 fights. His last fight was a decision win against Kevin Johnson. I felt that was a good learning fight for him. He went the rounds against a cagey operator in Johnson. Johnson really gave him looks that he's never seen before in a pro ring, so I think that was a good learning fight. A lot of people felt Daniel Dubois looked bad in that fight. I didn't think he looked bad in context. If you really research Johnson's career, I felt Daniel Dubois did quite well. He could have done things better, but for me, that's the point of these learning fights. Yeah, people are impressed with these knockover jobs, but I guarantee you that Kevin Johnson fight would have done Dubois more good than his previous 8 fights before that. And I think this Cojanu fight is another good bit of matchmaking, to be quite honest, for a young pro. Cojanu isn't anything special, but he brings attributes to the table that Dubois hasn't really seen before, and that's the whole point of matchmaking, You prepare your young fighter for the future, and Cojanu is a big guy. He is listed as 6'7.5" with an 81-inch reach, and that in itself is something Dubois hasn't really contended with. He's never really been dwarfed by his opponents. Cojanu will be much taller and much longer. Cojanu can also spoil a bit. He can clinch, he can move. We saw that against Joseph Parker. Yes, Cojanu got blasted out by Luis Ortiz and Donovan Dennis, but I really don't think this is a bad fight for Daniel Dubois. I honestly think it is a good bit of matchmaking, to be quite honest. And also I think it's quite clever because you can actually market this as a former world title challenger. As we know, he fought Joseph Parker for that WBO heavyweight title. He was a late replacement at the time, so you can also market it as a former heavyweight title challenger. That's clever on Frank Warren's part. For me, obviously there are better step-up fights, but I don't think this is terrible at all. I'm sure Cojanu will pose a few problems defensively that Dubois hasn't really seen before. Cojanu might be using that long reach and using a jab. Can Dubois get past that jab and get up close and work the body, work inside and take Cojanu out? We will see. I think it's a perfectly acceptable step-up fight. Share your thoughts below. How do you see this fight? Don't get me wrong, we all expect Dubois to win it, but I'm interested to see how he looks doing it. Share your thoughts below. Peace.